I love that the same silly leftists who refuse to put immigrant first lady who speaks 6 languages, Melania Trump, on a single magazine cover and degrade her business success while constantly pretending that her fashion is a clue that Donald Trump is holding her captive, are now trying to force me to call Joe Biden's wife, teacher Jill Biden, a doctor. And they tell me if I don't call her Dr. Jill Biden every time I refer to her, then I'm sexist. In fact, Jill Biden herself is jumping on this bandwagon, pretending she's the victim of some kind of misogyny. This is what she tweeted. Together, she says, "We will build a world where the accomplishments of our daughters will be celebrated rather than diminished," end quote. Seriously, how privileged are you if you have to pretend you're the victim of sexism because somebody doesn't verbally remind you of your education degree every time they discuss you? Can we take a moment and talk about real sexism? Millions of unborn baby girls around the world are aborted every year because they are girls. Women in predominantly Muslim countries in the Middle East are deprived of their basic human rights, abused, sexually assaulted, raped, prohibited from voting, driving, disallowed from leaving their home without the permission of some man, stoned to death for adultery because they are women. Female genital mutilation is inflicted on thousands of little girls right here in the United States, and Democrats refuse to ban it. But yes, please tell me more about how you're the victim of sexism, because I refer to you the same way I referred to Laura Bush and Michelle Obama and Melania Trump, by your first name, versus waving your framed diploma for the world to see every time that you are mentioned. Here's the thing. I'm not trying to disrespect Jill Biden. I don't care that Jill Biden has a doctorate of education. Good for her, if that makes her happy. What I care about is her husband, Joe Biden, threatening to close charter schools, to abolish school choice, and caving to radical leftist teachers' unions. That is dangerous to kids' education, and a doctorate of education like Jill Biden should know it. Which brings us to the question, where is Dr. Jill Biden speaking out against those public school policies that hurt people of color and little girls the most? Dr. Jill Biden, supposed champion of education and self-proclaimed victim of misogynistic prefix dismissal, she's silent. Joe Biden claims charter schools siphon money from the public school system, but that's false. Charter schools and school choice give low-income families and low-income girls the opportunity to succeed where public schools are failing. If the money is taken from failing public schools and given to successful charter schools, what's the problem with that? That's a good thing, helping students succeed. And Joe Biden is threatening to take that away from the thousands of girls who benefit from it. And where is Dr. Jill Biden? She's silent. Joe Biden also defers to radical leftist teachers' unions on reopening schools, even though the teachers' unions have admitted that their reason for keeping schools shut down isn't science. No. COVID isn't a big threat to kids, and schools are not a place of high transmission of the virus, so school administrators and teachers, some of whom ironically claim to teach science, are ignoring science in their effort to hold the public school system hostage to their leftist political demands. And in the meantime, of course, this nasty politicking is hurting kids. But where is Dr. Jill Biden? Again, she's silent. Again, I don't care about Jill Biden's title, and I'm not trying to disrespect her. What I care about is her husband's destructive education policies. And if Jill Biden wants people's verbal backpatting for graduating with an education doctorate, maybe she should prove that the degree wasn't as worthless as it probably is, and actually stand up for kids and education and reject the radical leftist hold on public schools. But Jill Biden is silent.